Fantastic. We are just getting numbers in. We'll give it a minute more to let the viewers on both X and YouTube, with any luck, listen in.
Testing, testing.
Fantastic. We are 2 minutes in. Let's start the countdown. Hello and welcome to another ATOR Spaces. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Thank you to the community for showing up, attending, and keeping track as we progress through our roadmap. It's a pleasure for me to introduce Anon to give some opening words.
Hello, Atronauts and our ATOR community. We are so proud of everything that we've accomplished here in the last few months, and we are so excited to share all our updates with you guys. While most teams in the space would have given up with all the adversity that we have faced, we met the challenge head on. And now in a quick 3 months later today on this call, we are ready to show you our MVP. The work ethic, the commitment, and the hours our team have been putting in is outstanding. Our engineers are working around the clock. Someone from our team is coding 24/7. You can see our progress, of course, always transparent and open source on our GitHub. And we're so proud of the work that we are doing and so committed to bringing this mission to life. We are so far ahead in our progress versus other DPIN projects, and that is what's going to separate us as we go onto this journey. While most are still in their beginning phases, we are finishing off. As you saw, we're getting our audits done, we're getting our MVP up live, and we are going to take the DPIN space by storm. We believe in privacy, as all of you guys do, and most importantly, we believe in privacy, not secrecy. Our message and vision has always been clear, that privacy is a fundamental human right. From the dawn of civilization, men, women have always sought shelter to give themselves a little bit of privacy at the end of a hard day, end of a hard night. When you go home, do you leave the door open or do you lock it behind you? Do you put the blinds down? If you're over someone's house, do you show them your Facebook with all your messages? That is the kind of basic human right we want to have back. You wouldn't let someone have all your digital passwords. Why in this time are we letting everyone have all our digital information? Our mission here is to change the connotation around the quote-unquote dark web and realize that it's not dark web. It is simply having an understanding that you want to have your own privacy, your own autonomy, and you want to have some self-sovereignty over your digital rights. This is so easy to understand that even your grandma can understand. You can ask your grandma about having a conversation with one of her friends. They mention Monster Energy drink. Next thing you know, they're bombarded with ads on their phone for the same exact Monster Energy drink. But with our network, with our hardware, and our ever-growing user base, once again, we'll be able to filter out the traffic, filter out the spyware, and filter out what is going on incessantly in the background where every single piece of your information is being spied upon. And with our simple and clear mission, that is how we will become the largest DPIN project in the space. As you guys have seen, we are constantly partnering with other projects to make sure that our network has live traffic going through it, to protect all our users, and to have our relay operators functional. As you saw in the latest Masari report, DPIN is going to be a $3.5 trillion industry. A lot of people are calling it the use case of crypto. While crypto has always been innovative in the finance world, whether it's making new LPs, restaking, or a bunch of other protocols that deal financially with crypto native people like leverage trading and things of that nature, the DPIN narrative, and specifically ATOR, is something that appeals all across the globe to all sorts of people. Everyone understands this issue, and everyone wishes there was a way to contribute. And not only are you able to contribute with the ATOR protocol, but you're able to also earn rewards to help sustain a nascent privacy network. Privacy is not being criminal. It's not about being money laundering. It's simply about having the right to choose what people know and see about you. And that's why we've built this network. That's why we're so excited to give you the Anon demo today. And with the power of DPIN and the power of crypto, we expand this to be the biggest vision possible, way bigger than any single VPN, and really showcase the power of a decentralized onion network. We have the perfect recipe for a massive success, and that is why we have been tirelessly building this around the clock to once again show how strong the Adronauts community is, and once again have relays going up time and time again. So we're going to kick it back to Narratic, who's going to give you a detailed update on the roadmap that we've just completed and what is going ahead in the months upcoming.
Thank you very, very much for that introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm Nuratik, the COO of ATOR. I'll be delivering for you all a status update, a little bit of insight into the roadmap for the coming quarters, and then roll over to a live demo by our representative from the Forte group. So let's kick that off. It really has been a very busy and productive few months. Easy to forget that it only has been just over 2 months since we started building out this network. For those of you following the GitHub and my monthly dev release article on Medium, you can see the sheer parallelization of our development with simultaneous progress on our network, our distribution protocol, and our hardware. So where do we currently stand? As you have probably seen in recent Twitter announcements, we have brought up our network with public-facing endpoints. And this means that all of the components that form a minimal viable product are live. It is now possible, technically, to run a relay and also route traffic through this MVP network, both of which you'll be seeing live today in the upcoming demo. Right now, you'll be able to run a relay both through a Docker container and also with a standalone Linux binary, which is now distributed and live updated via our GitHub CI/CD pipeline. And this Linux binary is also the distributable that will be used within the ATOR relay hardware. So what follows now? For the immediate next steps, we're working with Forte Group to bring up our metrics collection and education series, which are the two prerequisites for us to then open the floodgates to you, the community, to run relays. We saw a snapshot of the Atonauts potential in the few short months of testnet last year, and to bring up 2,000 relays under those conditions, I think was extraordinary. With the strength of our new network, our new education series, and the new outreach we're doing and have been doing over the past few months, I'm confident that when we get the community running relays again, the response will be tremendous. And I can't wait to put those steps together for you and get that ball rolling in the coming weeks. But with this flurry of development, I thought I'd take a step back and share the bigger picture of this roadmap for the coming quarters. We continue to build on the innovative distribution protocol, which I think may have somewhat been forgotten about recently, but is still one of our most special contributions to DPIN and to DeFi. It's our distribution layer that uses the immutable nature of Arweave to deliver rewards gaslessly without sacrificing performance and whilst remaining decentralized and to an extent trustless. So from the release of our MVP anonymous routing network, we will then re-roll out the distribution protocol powered by Arweave, starting out the testnet for test ATOR rewards again. The Arweave distribution layer, whilst live last year, is now currently undergoing an upgrade, bringing in a new vault contract for registration and logic for multipliers for the NFTs, and a few other pieces of logic to allow the network to work better. So shortly after this network live, we will have the distribution testnet back with the ability to earn ATOR testnet rewards and indeed be rewarded for helping us test. On the network front, once metrics become live again and we're onboarding relays, the focus will shift to building out clients, not just for Linux, but for Mac and Windows operating systems, with the ability to run the relay client locally on far more machines. But the real focus from there is for developers. We want to bring privacy and bring the ATOR network to existing applications and new applications specifically built for privacy. So to do this, as you're probably aware, we'll be releasing various tiers of our SDK. So the developers on their own right and in a seamless way can use the ATOR network for their existing applications. And indeed, one of our initial focuses is on deepin networks, actually using the ATOR deepin to route traffic privately and give a privacy option to their users. You have probably seen over the past few weeks the numerous projects that are keen to partner with us, use our SDK, and provide just a little bit more privacy to our users. And we believe this is the key to really getting traction. We're not here to create an all-encompassing anonymous solution. We don't believe that's what internet users truly need. We believe the way to make a change is to make it seamless and make it available. And to an extent, users don't even need to know they're using the ATOR network to benefit from that privacy. And that's the vision we are staking our development on. And that's the way we believe we can truly change the internet for the world. So with the network in use, with the projects onboarded, with the SDK live, and with the clients across multiple operating systems, multiple computers, we want to, of course, ensure that the network becomes as decentralized as possible, starting with the directory authorities. The directory authorities, metrics, and relay management will then transition over in the later quarters of the year towards using blockchain consensus to actually manage these relays, with the option coming for delegated staking, currently in our pipeline and currently being sort of ideated and architectured as a mechanism to prevent Sable attacks and allow the potential for staking rewards. Throughout all of this roadmap on the network and distribution protocol, we will have our hardware rolling out, starting as a relay to allow you to contribute to our network, and then getting the remote upgrade for router functionality. Throughout this year and into the future, the hardware will continue to be modified, variants created, improvements shipped, upgrades made as we ship these units out. And we'll be sharing some exciting news about the hardware launch shortly within this AMA. But while quite a lot of information on this dump, I hope this highlights what I believe are the two prongs that really make ATOR special. The first is we have a truly decentralized, community-driven approach to creating a network. It's decentralization, not just in name, but in the very way we approach rolling out this deepin. We're not looking for high-tech, high-spec operators to run a limited number of relays to form this network. By its very approach and definition, this is a deepin that's truly run by the people, with nodes all around the world, true diversity of nodes, true diversity of hardware, true diversity of people actually running the network. And the second prong, I believe, that makes ATOR special is our partnership and development approach, to not just try and build out a complete encompassing anonymous solution, but actually work with the people, work to the consumer's needs, and work with developers to deliver those needs to make that privacy seamless. And you'll hopefully see those two prongs rear their head as we work through this roadmap. So with all of this information, it's a pleasure for me to show you some of this a little bit more visually with a live demo by Sergey Varakuta from the Forte group. Sergey, I'm going to add you to the stage now if you'd like to test your mic.
Yep. Do you hear me? Hello?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sergey. I'm a lead developer for Forte group. I'm really excited working with ATOR team and helping user achieve better privacy. So today I'm going to show you how to install Anon package and how to access websites using it securely and privately using Firefox browser. And also at the end, I will show how to run a relay to have much more relays in future and make like network even stronger. Okay, sharing the screen.
I'm now adding Sergey's screen to show this live. In the creation of our network, we have named the software binary as Anon, which some of you following the GitHub may have seen. You'll now see Sergey install the relay package, show the process running, install some software for showing the live relay and bandwidth tracking, a demo routing traffic through the network, and then how to proxy it to the running client. So take it away, Sergey. Your screen should be live now.
Right now, I'm using Ubuntu Linux installation. So right now we have packages for Debian and Ubuntu. Later, we will expand this to packages for Windows and macOS too. So I will start by writing one single command that will install Anon package. So running this command also assumes that you added our repository list to your system. Yeah. So basically, after that, the only one command it takes, you can install or update Anon client. Let's wait a bit while it's installing. And after that, I will show you how to use it with Firefox browser to access any clear web websites, which will also hide your location, change your IP, and basically this will mean for you more privacy. Okay, so I have Anon installed. To check if it's running properly, you can run this command. Yeah, one small typo. Okay, so we see that Anon service is live and active, so it's running. Also, one additional useful tool that you might use is Sneaks. It's completely optional, but will give you more overview what's happening inside Anon client. So you can run Nix using command Nix. And once you start it, you can see a graph with bandwidth, download, upload speeds. So when we use Anon, it will show like how much traffic is going through this client. Also, after some time, we will see circuits created by this Anon client while we browsing something. It might take some time, so we see here more information. It has few other additional useful tools, but let's jump into the Firefox. I opened Firefox browser. I have a few bookmarks here. At the start, I will show you my current IP address and location. And after that, we will configure this Firefox in the way that it uses like Anon client. We can also check what DNS service we are using. Right now, everything says that we are in Czech Republic. So let's head to the settings. You can open settings in Firefox on the top right corner and then go to settings. Then you can find proxy settings by typing proxy in search bar. Then when you open proxy settings, there's few important things that you need to configure after you install the Anon package. First, you need to check manual proxy configuration box here. Then you need to specify SOCKS host, which is localhost 127.0.0.1, and port, which is 9050. Also, you need to make sure that SOCKS 5 checkbox is enabled, and also you selected to proxy DNS when using SOCKS 5. After everything here in place, you just click OK, and now Firefox is fully configured to use Anon. After we made all the settings, we can refresh the page. And now you can see that we have our IP changed and also location. When we try to run DNS leak tests, it also uses DNS from Germany now, not Czech Republic. One additional thing I wanted to mention to be completely sure that your IP is not leaked, you can go to the About Config page in Firefox, just write it down in address bar, and then you might find option media peer connection enabled. You need to change this value to false, and now this will ensure that WebRTC is not IP address is not leaked. For example, on this website you can check like this WebRTC test, and it runs tests. It says there's no leak and doesn't show you local or public IP address. So in this way, we are sure that like no one can steal our privacy. Okay, like disabling using Anon is very straightforward. You just go back to settings. You go to the proxy setting and only set no proxy setting. Okay, and now we refresh page, and here we go. We are back with our IP now. So it's like pretty easy, just setting proxy settings, and that's all. When you browse like websites or something else, and you're wondering like how much data you use, how much data is passed through Anon, you can see this Nix tool. For example, you go to google.com. First of all, it's now, okay, I will set it back to be using Anon. Now we refresh google.com, and everything's in German right now. And while we're browsing something, we can see that traffic is going through it. We can see circuits that are created, that are currently run by some of our community members to help testing MVP. Yeah, and that's basically it. When you have it enabled in settings, you can just browse, go to any website, and it will be using Anon. Another thing I wanted to show is how to run relay. I prepared a server. When I already run Anon relay, I connect to it using SSH. It could be any server. You can set up it on your own. First thing I will show is config. So the installation process is pretty much the same as for client, as for the setup when you are just browsing web. To make relay running, you need to change only one configuration option, which is, let me scroll. So in this config, you just need to specify your OR port. When you have it enabled, you save the config with the text editor of your choice, and then you can also use Nix to see what's happening inside. Right now, my relay is running, so it's being used by other users. Also, I configured my relay as exit node. It is completely optional, like not every relay running as exit node. It's up to you. And we also see that some connections are going through our relay. Yeah, and as I said, you can check if it's running by running systemctl status Anon, and same, you can stop it, for example, write stop instead of status, and it's being stopped. We can check it by status. And now after we stop, we can start again. Now it's running again, and we can open Nix tool too. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, I think this is big start, and we are only like beginning in this journey. I'm really excited working on this project with ATOR team, and there's more to come. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very, very much. That was fantastic.
That was an amazing, amazing demo. In just 3 quick months, we've shown how amazing our engineers and our tech really is. And that's just our MVP. And obviously, this will keep growing and expanding as we keep going forward. And now we'd like to have DNB say a few words on kind of what you just saw and how exciting this is for our nation network.
Thanks everyone for giving me the opportunity to speak, and that was a really good showcase of just some small portions of the utility that ATOR is going to provide here. Very exciting times, and the community that's growing. Many of us got involved so early on, and it's just so amazing to see what this has developed into. The ATOR team, I've been involved in the crypto space for a long time, and often when you give feedback or try to get involved, the team can be quite, what's the word? We see a lot of egos in crypto. And I remember giving some feedback and we're asking some questions, and I was sort of careful, like picking my words very carefully. And the team said, look, we're not narcissists. We don't have egos. You know, the community is king. And I think they have been very consistent with that. And I think that's evident, the fact they're allowing me to speak. The presentation there to the non-technical people who will be watching this, do not worry. There will, you know, the whole approach to this will be simplicity, and we want mass adoption. So if you're not technical, hardware is going to be rolling out soon to protect your traffic. You can spin up a relay node, you know, with very limited technical experience. Or if you are technical and you get and see what you just saw, you will be able to spin out thousands of relay nodes. We want to cater to everyone, to technical users, non-technical users. You know, simplicity is key here, and that is sort of at the forefront of the vision here. As a community member, I've actually been pretty lucky to have insight into the sprints and into the technical meetings that are going on, and I've been absolutely mind blown at the quality of the engineering, the quality of the discussions, and the culture that the team has built, which is mutual respect for all, and mutual, and like, you know, the utmost respect for the community here. You know, it's I knew when we got involved and we were doing this, we were going to ruffle some feathers, and we see that with FAD and we see that with trolls. That is part of the game. You know, for the more experienced members in the audience, we know that sort of behavior is bullish, because if no one's talking about you, well, then you're not relevant. You know, ATOR is disrupting the DPN, the DPIN industry, the VPN industry, traditional internet usage, this and that. So, you know, we're really hitting the ground running here, and to see the work that's gone on over the last year, and especially the last few months, is absolutely mind-blowing. Myself, I've been lucky enough to have good mentors in the technical space, and I've worked in Silicon Valley and things like this. And a very good mentor to me once said, people beat strategy every day. And the people in the ATOR team is just phenomenal. And the community and community members are great. That being said, ATOR is also one of the best strategies. And I always wanted ATOR to not just focus on retail, but also have adoption for enterprise. So I'm just so excited with including DPIN partners and the DPIN pivot and adding that to the strategy, because that is part of the enterprise solution here that is being defined. And, you know, for those who have reviewed the brilliant tokenomics paper, you will see hints at enterprise level hardware as well. So this journey is just beginning. So thank you for letting me have the opportunity to speak. Shout out to all the community members who put all the work in, and also there'll be a whole education series and other documentation is being created by community members who are dying to get the word out, dying to get involved. So don't worry if anything presented goes over your head. This will be designed in a way that caters for everyone. So thank you.
Thank you very much, DNB, and thank you broadly to the community. We know that as a community, you are exceptional. We are seeing people track our GitHub live, you know, running Docker containers before we even announce it, and I think that's a sign of the sort of passion we have in our ranks. So with that, I would like to bring the cue back to the wonderful Anon Morpho for some special announcements.
Wow, I'm overblown with how well that demo just went. It's nice to see everything executed flawlessly, transparent, and in real time. This network is just beginning, and we once again hope to get this to not only 2,000 plus relays, but our end goal, end of year, 100,000 plus relays. And that would mean millions of users once again on our network. Just like previously when we were trying to improve Tor, we will bring all of them all to our new Anon network. And with that in mind, we are finally excited to make this really, really big announcement. We've been making a bunch of deals behind the scenes. There's a bunch of NDAs we've been signing till they're absolutely official. And the first NDA is finally expired today. And after that live demo, we are proud to announce that Slava Kranin, the founder, CEO, and president of the Fort Group, has been so impressed with what we're building and what his engineers have been building, that not only are we working with and partnering with Fort Group, Slava has now come on board to be an official advisor, partner, and investor himself. What does that mean for ATOR? We will now have the guidance of a founder who has run a billion-dollar business, who commands engineers all around the world with extreme experience, like you've seen how they were able to get up this Tor network fork in with under 3 months. And that fleet of engineers will now be available to us, not only building out the Anon network, but also will transition to building out our ecosystem. We will be incubating other projects, our first incubator series for DPIN and privacy projects, for founders and people and developers who always wanted to get a start in crypto to now have our experience from the ATOR team and the years of experience from the Fort Group. This is one of the biggest partnerships to happen in crypto in this year. We are leaning on not just $1 billion crypto, we're talking about $1 billion real business, 25 plus years of experience, and we couldn't be more thrilled and excited to welcome Slava into our official advisory group. And we will be putting out press releases and more announcements on this, including a Medium in the coming days. So that is how impressed everyone is with this demo, how impressed everyone is with our team, and how impressive the Fort engineers have been. But that's not all. We have one more big announcement for you guys. I know you guys are all excited for Wen hardware. You just saw Wen Network. We are proud and honored to announce that we are going to be presenting at ETH Denver. We will be a guest speaker at the DPIN stage during one of the biggest DPIN events during ETH Denver. We will be showing off our hardware and doing a live demo, not of the network, but of the hardware connecting to the network at ETH Denver. Not only that, also at ETH Denver, there's a special founders dinners for the top DPIN projects. We have been excitedly invited to be a speaker and a guest at that special invite-only DPIN project event dinner as well. So we will be networking with some of the top DPIN players in the entire space, investors, founders, projects, and of course we'll be ATOR pilling them and getting them excited to build on our network, use our SDKs, and offer this privacy layer for their projects. We set out to be the biggest DPIN project in the space, and that goal and that mission is still on track. We will be the anonymity layer for DPIN. There won't be a single DPIN project out there that won't want to partner with ATOR. We will make the ATORnauts known all throughout crypto and all throughout the world because we are building this network that everyone is going to want to use and everyone is able to understand. We will bring this education series and we'll make it simple and simplistic for anyone to route their traffic through our network and build this to be the biggest DPIN powerhouse and the biggest crypto use case that the world has ever seen. So with that, we're going to turn over to how we're actually going to implement this vision. We're very excited to have our booth at ETH Denver, and we're going to have some DPIN experts help us out manning that booth and explaining the hardware to people. So we want to call up a couple of our DPIN advisors. We're going to call up Max and Nick from the Goldhawks, DPIN Radio, and our friend Daniel from Hotspot to give a little bit words on what this DPIN project is going to mean and how we're going to present it at ETH Denver.
Right on. Super psyched. Thanks so much for the intro there, and really excited to see people at ETH Denver. This is Nick Hawks with Gold Hawks. My partner Max is on here as well. And just wanted to say a couple things before we get to see some of you out at ETH Denver. One is that Max and I have been attending the ATOR meetings for the past couple of months, and both of us have been super impressed with the resources, of the capability, and the people involved. Like what we're seeing on these calls is really special in the DeepIn world. These guys have, excuse my language, have their shit together. Really good to see so many talented people working so hard on a problem, and just the resources that are being put at this, really impressive to see. So I've gotten a chance to talk to the team, both individually and all at once, and really cool to see just kind of how capable everyone is. Of course, Max is involved in doing the incentive stuff, so you can rely on that being really good. I don't think there's many people in the world better than him at this. And then, yeah, super pumped to see you guys at the booth. I know this project is about anonymity. Clearly that Max and I are not anonymous folks, so really excited to be representing this project at the booth and getting to meet and talk to a bunch of you guys. So with that, Max, I'll turn it over to you if you've got anything else to say, and then we'll run it to Daniel.
No, Nick, I think you said it pretty perfectly there. Just excited to meet everyone in Denver in a couple of weeks, and yeah, we'll be there, and I think we'll be at that dinner with you guys. Hopefully we're special enough to get that invite. I think we did, but yeah, very, very excited to get to Denver and meet some of the folks, and yeah, build this network.
Hey guys, yeah, Daniel from Hotpot here. Yeah, it's been so nice to see everything that the ATOR has been building in the past, right? Like also now having like Nix and Max beside us, just building this network with friends, and then now the new friends of the ATOR team. But I just want to say actually, because I've been actually following the ATOR hardware development, and man, I'm a hardware developer myself, and I'm quite impressed with the quality, the laser focus, and the progress the team has been making quite fast, right? Because building hardware takes a long time and it's really hard, and it's been building quite quickly. So I'm very impressed, and just not on this hardware side, but also on the software side, everything that they with the Forte team gives me just the goosebumps just to think about the possibilities of this network. I'm still like super bullish as I am from the last AMA that we did, I think like a couple of months ago. The excitement just been growing faster and faster. We are also working closely with the ATOR team on building a very robust shipping, fulfillment centers, everything, so that we can deliver the devices, the hardware, as fast and seamless as possible to everyone once the hardware starts shipping. We plan to expand that to like hundreds of thousands of devices. We're working with some very good partners in the space to do that, people that have been working with a different DeepIn projects as well, so they also know how to assemble and manage and build and everything, take care of everything for you. Like everyone else, we're also going to be in ETH Denver, so make sure to come to the ATOR booth. We're going to be demoing the devices. I'm super excited to be just pumping as much as I can from ATOR, because it's a project that is truly gonna make a difference, and just doing that next to Nick and Max, I think like old friends. Hopefully I'll be also in the dinner, so it's gonna be really cool. Make sure to come to ETH Denver, bring a warm jacket and excitement, because 2024 it's gonna be freaking amazing. I'm super excited about this, and yeah, let's go. I'm pumped.
Thank you. That was amazing. All of our advisors, especially the key advisors we have here, they each come with varying skills and expertise. But I think the one thing that unites all of you guys on this call is your humility. It really is difficult to state just how privileged we are to be working with some of the best educators in the DeepIn space, some of the best advisors in the DeepIn space, some of the most experienced advisors in the DeepIn space who really know what it takes to grow a network. And I think we're going to have a really exciting few months working with you guys to deliver this vision, to roll out the network, to create something that's truly scalable and truly makes a difference. To be at this seat and be able to represent the ATOR community to deliver this vision, I think I speak for everyone in the team and everyone involved with this project in saying it really is a pleasure. I enjoy every day working for this, and I think if we stay focused, we keep building, we keep working with the intensity we're working with, there is nothing that can stop this, nothing that can stop this movement. So thank you all for all those attending, for all of those involving yourselves, for all those speaking in the community, driving us, learning from us, sharing us. You're all part of this journey, and I could not be more honored to work with you all. Thank you all very much for attending. and have a fantastic rest of the day.